This question first. This is Seth.
Let's go.
This is a deep question, bro. And I need you to be honest with your answer and try and figure it out for yourself.
Okay.
What's the difference between love and sex?
Oh!
Question is, what's the difference between sex and love? What's the difference between sex and love?
The difference between sex and love is sex.
Loyalty and lust. Between sex and love.
Sex is only for the amount of time it's happening. Like love is every moment in between that, you know?
Yeah, sex is better with love, but it's definitely, it's also just a physical act as well.
You can love anyone. You can love your family, your friends. Like, you can love people without having a physical relationship with them. So, love is more of an emotion and sex is physical. But together they're good, but they're totally different.
I never thought about it. Never. Love is more you love the personality of the person, but sex is just also wholesome and all of that. But love, I think you love the spirit, the personality.
Thank you for your answer, brother.
Thank you for your service, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Helping me, bro.
Okay, next. Next person. I need to go figure the answer out for myself, but I also want to ask the world because have you ever thought about that question?
No, actually, bro, that's very smart because, bro, I never heard this question, bro. So...
Question is, what's the difference between sex and love? I figured out the answer for myself recently, and that's why I'm just interested in hearing the perspective. That's the only way I think it'll help.
I mean, honestly, I haven't really partaken in just sex. So for me, it's not really like a separate thing.
Do you find that normal?
Huh?
Do you find that normal in other humans?
No. I think for a lot of people, it's separate.
It's an interesting perspective. Thank you for sharing it.
The difference between sex and love is sex is purely primal. Love not as much for physical attraction in the long term.
Absolutely amazing, brother. And he said it like it was easy. Whoa.
I know what I'm looking for.
Absolutely amazing.
You need that personality, man.
Thank you so much for this. Of course. So what's the difference between sex and love?
Okay, well, sex is physical and you have that physical attraction to someone. You don't have to love them to have sex, but it's better if you do. Whereas in love, you can love, I can look over there. You can love anyone. You can love your family, your friends. Like, you can love people without having a physical relationship with them. So, love is more of an emotion and sex is physical. But together they're good, but they're totally different.
Well, I'd be along the same lines because love comes in so many different forms. And you can love things, you can love people,
Yes.
you can love experiences. Yeah, love is a much fuller concept, and sex is better with love, but it's definitely, it's also just a physical act as well. So they're very different.
So I'd ask,
One enhances the other though.
do you think you could separate the two?
Oh, I think that depends on the person. I think people can. I don't think I'm very good at separating the two. I like to have love in sex. But a lot of people can. You see it all the time. So it just depends on the kind of person you are and what your values are and what's important. And
Do you think you can?
I don't think I could long term. But
Can you please go deeper on that answer, please? Please, long term, why can't, if you're okay with
I feel like you could probably have sex with somebody on a once off or whatever basis without being in love with them. But then if you continue to see this person and have sex with them, I'm sure that would lead to falling in love with them. I would hope.
Very profound answer. I love this. Thank you so much.
I think it differs though, and I think culture and how you're brought up, all of these things contribute to these concepts, because like we're Irish, so I think like religion is like it impacts, I suppose, how we were brought up and what we think in our value system. And so for us, maybe that's why it'd be a bit different to other people, and there's no right or wrong, it's just everyone's different, you know. But I think, yeah, there's so many components that add into how you think about those concepts. So yeah, just go around asking people questions and getting.
Because I think these questions can help people, and all we have is ourselves when we ask this question. Earlier tonight, like I'm literally, how can I grow as a human being? How am I going to have a serious relationship if I don't ask this question for myself? Because there is a difference between sex and love, right? You can have sex without love, or you can love without sex. But what is it for each and every individual? You have to find that. But I also need to understand, how do other people also think about this question? Because every human has to go through this if you're going to have something potentially serious.
Yeah, what kind of answers are you getting?
I've gotten a mix of, a lot of people have said that they intertwine sex and love, but they also have the perception that other people, they can let it go. And I've been on the end of, I've had sex without love, but I've also been at the point where people only wanted me for sex, and that did not feel good. So what am I looking for when I'm going to look for a potential partner? And what am I looking for if it's just sex? Because sometimes it's just sex, and sometimes it could lead to somewhere.
Yeah.
But where do you draw that line of where are you going to step? Because me personally, I'm a one-person type of person. I like to, if I'm with somebody, I would love to really be with that person for that moment in time. Not forever, but that moment in time. So how can you find this? You have to ask this question. So
and that's another interesting concept. I had a conversation with my friend about that, because it's like, it can actually not maybe be love, but it can feel very real in a moment, and that can also be legit. While sometimes, like, I'd be thinking, I don't know how to explain it, but like, oh, that was so stupid, why did they do that, da da da. But in that moment, it was real as well. So that's another concept, because it's kind of like, you could kind of feel after that, oh, I don't know, that it wasn't the right thing to do, but in the moment it felt really real. But I suppose that's more lust as well. So that's another, but there's a lot of emotion with lust, so, and a physical attraction. I don't know, because that's more like an innate kind of.
Right, and the only real way to find it is just like looking yourself. You find yourself, and then like you can look for it, which is why I'm also asking other people, so I can figure it out for myself. So thank you guys for helping me grow. Siobhan, awesome name. Aoife, awesome name. Where are you guys from? I am Kunshan.
What?
Kunshan. Okay, so what is the difference between sex and love?
Romance and lust, loyalty and lust, commitment and lust.
That's a lot of lust.
We'll go lust 3 times. 3 lust.
Okay.
The 3 L's. What else?
3 L's. Oh, that's it. That's it. So I found this amazing couple. I think you two will be able to answer this question the most interestingly out of everybody I asked this question to tonight. So what is the difference between sex and love?
Sex is only for the amount of time it's happening. Like, love is every moment in between that, you know, just sitting and hanging out, you know, going to the grocery stores, like that's it. Like joking around, all that stuff, I think is love. And sex is just that moment, you know what I mean? It's, sometimes they happen at the same time, but it's, to me, yeah, it's just, one is fleeting and then one is like the constant underneath the day-to-day stuff.
Amazing. Can I get your perspective?
Yeah, I think sex is that like immediate gratification. It's that like lust that you're always seeking when you're younger and when you're going out with random different people and trying to like fulfill some part of you. Sex is that like answer, what people often think is the answer, and then love is being able to just be fully yourself with someone and like not have to hide anything.
The perspective of other people are just looking for sex and not love. So what would be your perspective on that?
I think some people are. I think some people are looking for love with people who are looking for sex. I think a lot of times people they're not really taking what the other person is giving out, but they want something from them. So they want to like mold that person into what they want, right? So you may meet somebody who's only interested in like hooking up, but you may want something else, and you don't talk about it or anything. You just like hope that it happens. You know, I think it's not some people and then other people. It's just when those two people don't link up. You know? If two people are just looking to hook up and it's cool.
Yeah,
two people are looking to fall in love. That's cool. It's when the two don't line up, and I don't think enough people are like receptive to what the other person is like kind of really showing.
That's amazing.
I feel like people just get distracted by the sex, like immediately. Like they're not willing to be vulnerable with other people and actually like give them a chance. And you know, people like there's this whole thing with like the ick or like, you know, getting like, you know, getting like very turned off by little things. I think people have like such ideas of what they're looking for based on, you know, what they see around them, or I need like 6 foot, or I need, you know, like him to be successful, or him to like
okay.
check all these boxes. And especially because everyone's on dating apps now, you're not meeting people like in authentic ways oftentimes, where you can actually show like your personality and your true colors. Like
That's
everyone
true.
is like curating their shit so much that like once you jump all of those obstacles of like, okay, we've matched on the dating app, we've had the small talk, we've gotten to this point, we both seem normal, we're like meeting up for the dinner date. There's like so much pressure, and then like it goes well, it all leads up to that one night, it goes well, and then you fuck, and then it like changes things.
I just think one is a lot more work than the other, you know what I mean?
Could you go deeper with that one?
Well, the thing is, like, when you love somebody, it is work. And
Yeah.
And it's work that you hopefully enjoy doing, you know? Like, there are things you have to consider when you love somebody. If you're just fucking and that's it, it's like, it doesn't matter how that goes. You either will again or won't again, you know what I mean? Like, it's a...
That's true.
Yeah, it can be a very, like, selfish thing. Love can't really be a selfish thing. It takes a lot. And hopefully it's something that you enjoy doing. So it's like when people talk about a job you like, you know, that you're not working. You can still work, you just enjoy it, you know.
Absolutely. That is a good way to actually interpret that.
Something
That's beautiful. Laters, hi. Thank you for making the cameo. Thank you for your comments.
Safe travels.
Yes, safe travels. Man, thank you guys so much for this interview, man. Like, these two, like, you two legitimately are like the epitome of love, man. Like, you guys started in COVID, locked together, and here you guys are all these years later in a whole nother country, around whole different people, and it's still just you two. And you're still out actually talking to people too.
Yeah, because you know, it sucks to go out somewhere and be the person socializing, and then you have to worry about the person you're with and check in on them.
Yeah.
I never have to do that. And it feels
That's
I mean,
amazing.
It's the same experience as when I travel alone, because she's also open to everything. Whereas a lot of people, like when you travel with someone else, you're just looking at each other, and the whole world is everywhere else. You know?
You get blinded.
Exactly.
You get absolutely blinded to reality.
And it's with your it's your friends or your partner or whoever. Like people when they travel, they keep it here.
Yeah.
They open themselves up to what's around them.
Wow.
Unless they're drinking or something.
Unless they're drinking. Man, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Wow. Another amazing street interview. What's the difference between sex and love? Well, we heard many different answers, and I hope you guys are figuring out for yourselves what's the difference. Because these two things are very powerful energies. Sex, it's in the moment. You're chasing the moment. What are you chasing it for? Love, that's another moment you're chasing. You're chasing love. But you can only find these things. And sex is something that can be used within the relationship. But that doesn't mean that is the relationship. But it's up to you to figure out where that's at in your life. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy, Spiritual Sean, Kunshan. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe, rate, comment your favorite part, and let us know what is the difference between sex and love in your opinion, in your perspective. Peace.